Welcome to the Podcast. My name is Clark, the financial credit coach, and I will be bringing you information acquired through first-hand experiences in order to help you increase your credit score, reduce interest rates, increase savings, and eliminate debts. Doing it for the community, from the community, and by community I mean any and everyone who wants to learn and evolve. So let's get right into it. How to prepare to buy your first home. People think preparing to buy their first home starts when they first find the house they want and have the bank approval. That is the furthest from reality as you possibly can find. You start your journey to home ownership many years before you even consider buying a house. Reason for that is your credit does not get built overnight. It takes several months to years to build a solid credit score, especially to get approved for a home loan. So let's get right into it. This is how you prepare to buy your first home. Habits. You have to create spending habits that allow you to live within your means. What do you mean living within my means? Well, you have to understand that your habits on a day-to-day have to match what your income is. If you get paid every 2 weeks and you get $1,000, you have to know how much goes to bills, how much goes to savings, and how much is actually left for you to spend on yourself. Does that make sense? So basically, after your savings have been in place and everything else, then you know what you got. So, meaning, get a coach. Like this guy, Clark, I've heard he's like the best in the industry, and what he does as financial coaches, I don't know. But I'm just saying, I heard that he's somebody you really want to look into. You should probably check into that guy. Because what he can help you do is he'll set up, after assessing your income with a solid savings plan, what allows you to enjoy your life while increasing your savings, keeping you out of debt, and increasing your credit score. And he does that by utilizing what you're already making to create a customized plan for you. Second thing you need to do is research. Find out what type of home fits your lifestyle. So like, if you don't want to cut grass or shovel snow, and you're really not down to open and close a pool every year, then a standalone home might not be your top choice in reality. Maybe a condo will be a better fit for you. Because with a condo, you pay certain fees, but you have all the amenities you want, normally a pool, gym, jacuzzi, even a basketball court if you're lucky. You just pay a fee, but you never have to worry about maintenance. So that's a good option for people who want the luxurious things but don't want to do the upkeep as well. Does that make sense? But the con with this is those fees, man, those condos fees are really crazy. They can be upwards to $800 a month in fees. So that's money you'll never see back. It's not money that gets added to the value of your property. It's not money that you can even tax deduct. It's literally fees. So that's something that makes it a little bit difficult to balance. But there is an option, another one. You can always look into townhomes, for example. So a townhome is basically an attached home, has a decent sized backyard. Most of the time they don't have pools, but they could, some. But the reality of it is you still are attached to one or two of the units, but you do share the fees for the cutting of the grass and the snow. Those are fees that are actually just shared amongst the 2 or 3 units. So they're a lot cheaper normally than condo fees. Those usually range between $50 to $200 a month. They're amazing. Obviously, you do have a neighbor on your left and or right, but your yard is usually closed off for your use only, and it could be shared depending on the layout, but normally it's for you alone. So these are the 3 main types of properties, and you should decide which is best fit for your lifestyle when preparing to make your purchase. Does that make sense? I hope so. So, standalone home, condo, townhome. Okay, I want to make sure that we got that clear. The next thing you really need to focus on is your budget. Now, this is a crucial part of preparation for a home purchase because the budget you will have will dictate what you can purchase. Normally, people go to a bank who assesses their income and debts, and then what the bank ends up doing is typing in their computer, looking at your credit score, okay, you make this much, and then they say, okay, this is what you can afford. And if your credit is great, which it will be after you work with that Clark guy, because he's really good, I'm telling you, that's that guy. But anyway, after you work with that guy and you have an excellent credit score, well, then they'll say, okay, well, based on your great credit score and your income, you're definitely eligible for this amount of money. And this amount of money we will make available to you immediately with a pre-approved loan, which is pretty cool because then you can start to shop online and you can see what you can get for that price. Which leads me to my next point. Where? I'm from Montreal, currently living in Gatineau, but I know what the market is like in Montreal. I shopped there, had property there before, and it's tough. So you need to know where you want to live. So once you have your budget, you are pre-approved, and then you need to decide where do you want to live. What it is there's different neighborhoods, right? So different neighborhoods have different schools, different school and city taxes. They have different schools, obviously, for your children to attend to, but how close is it to your work? How close to your family? How is the traffic in that area? Is it close to public transportation? If you're going to take public transportation, you have to know where you want to live and do research on that. Go visit the area. Go check the grocery stores in that area. Check the public transport. And very importantly, check for parking. Listen, Montreal has a thing. Everybody knows about it. You don't want to be in the wintertime having to move your car from one side of the street to the other because Mondays and Wednesdays is this side. Tuesdays and Thursdays is the other side. You forget, they put a big ticket on your car and they tow your car and move it somewhere else, usually just to another parking lot that you can't find. And then you have to call, pay a fee for them to tell you, oh yeah, go pick it up. It's 2 streets away. This happens. You don't want to be in that situation, right? So do you want a garage? If you do want a garage, do you want a single garage, double garage? How many cars do you have? Like these are things people neglect and regret when they purchase. And they realize, for example, they have to move their car daily, like I said, to the other side of the street to avoid those parking tickets. Timeline. This is huge. You need to know about what your timeline is. When do you want to purchase? Do you have the funds ready, not only to buy, but to furnish your place? Pay the welcome taxes. Get out of your current lease. Do you have to pay fees to break that? Like these are all things to be taken into consideration. And these are just the outlines. There's literally so many more things that go into it. My clients, we get the opportunity to work with their credit, their savings, their debt. And when they say, Clark, I'm looking to buy my home, I prep them by taking them through all of these steps. Then I hand them off to somebody that I trust to say, look, work with this person. They're going to get you into your right home. Go work with this mortgage broker. Go work with this real estate agent. Go work with this notary. All refer directly to me because these are the people I've worked with directly or have confidence in by knowing their work. For more information, contact a coach you trust. And if you don't have one, well, you didn't have one. Now you do. That make sense? Listen, short and sweet like always. My name is Clark, the Financial Credit Coach. You know my IG already, but Clark, the Financial Coach. You know my IG for the podcast at theroyaltiespodcast. And you know my motto, pay attention or pay for lack of attention. I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Bless. My name is Clark, the Financial Coach, and my motto is simple. Pay attention or pay for lack of attention. Please follow me at Clark, the Financial Coach on Instagram.